What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Michael Talks Football channel. Tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is a very, very big day. We're going to know 5 teams from CAF that are going to qualify. We're going to know 2 teams from UEFA that will qualify to the World Cup. So 7 spots that we will know that will qualify to this year's World Cup. Guys, today, not feeling the greatest. I'm not going to lie to you. So there haven't been a lot of content in the last couple of days. I will send out the link on my Twitter. You're more than welcome to jump on and give your thoughts as we're going to go through. First, we're going to go through AFC. I might just do that by myself. It's very self-explanatory. We're just having a little discussion about Group A, who will finish third between UAE and Iraq. We'll move over then to Conmebol. We will discuss then who will finish 5th spot in Conmebol and take the Intercontinental spot. Then we move over to CAF, discussing all the games there. And then we finish it off with the main course, UEFA. 2 big matches. Winner takes all. The loser stays home, watches the World Cup with Italy and the rest of the world, pretty much, except for all 32 teams. But big up to everybody in the chat. Hello, Sebastian, of course. Samuel, what's up, man? Nicola, hello, how are you doing? AD, Matt, hello. ZJDH19, hello, how are you doing? Yo, has Canada qualified? Yes, Canada has qualified, indeed. I mean, congrats to Canada. What an amazing achievement. USA and Mexico, they're almost there. They're almost there. But Canada, what can I say? Amazing achievement. John Herdman deserves so much credit. The guy is an absolute genius. Absolute genius. You know, with all this talent that Canada have, you would think, oh, it would be easy. But, you know, you look at Jamaica, for example. They have all the talent, but they're just such a dysfunctional group at the moment. No leadership up top. Whereas Canada, there's leadership up the top. And then with the great manager in John Herdman, it's worked out perfectly. And look at the football they played yesterday. I mean, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They could have won that game 7-0. It was just one-sided the whole entire way. So it's all between now Costa Rica, USA, and Canada to see who gets the 2 automatic spots and then who will finish 4th and go to the Intercontinental. It should be the USA and Mexico. Let's not kid ourselves. If somehow, I think it's Costa Rica has to win like 6-0 or something like that for the USA not to qualify directly. And then for Mexico, if they lose to El Salvador at home, my God, that would be insane. Use Panama, what about it? What a performance by the USA. Christian Pulisic, man, Captain America. If you haven't seen the last goal by Christian Pulisic, definitely recommend it. It was absolutely amazing. Bintang Lengit, thank you very much. Hello, Michael, new subscriber here. Nice to see you around here. Nice to see new subscribers, guys. It's World Cup fever, right? I'm not feeling the greatest, so got to do that, though. Got to talk about this, because when it comes back to club football, I might take this weekend off, but for this week, got to push through it. Canada has qualified. I just got to see how Iraq does tomorrow. Exactly. Big game tomorrow. No, Antonio Jamaica. No, I don't think he even traveled. Hello, Michael Brown. How are you doing? I'm not from Canada, but they have been doing so well. I can't wait to see how they do in the World Cup. Yep. I think they're going to make, around a 16 quarterfinals run. I think that Canada can make it to around a 16 run or quarterfinals, just judging on matchups. Of course, we're going to find out the group then for Canada on Friday, but I think they can make a deep run. But enough of that, guys. I'm going to quickly discuss about AFC, and then I will send out the link to everybody on my Twitter, so you're more than welcome to join, and then we'll discuss Conmebol, CAF, and UEFA. But let's first discuss about the AFC, right? Because it's pretty much just down to one thing, and one thing only. Who is going to get 3rd place in Group A? Will it be either UAE or will it be Iraq? Now, UAE stumbled a little bit. And I wonder if that managerial change they did before this window was the smart idea. You just cannot break that. You just can't do that sort of stuff in international football. It was going okay for the UAE. Nothing was going wrong. Yes, maybe the performances weren't there, but they have 2 tough teams in South Korea and Iran who are just better than them. But yet they sacked Bert van Marwijk. See, guys, I can't think right now. Okay, I can't think straight. They sacked him. They bring in another manager who's, a little bit used to the Arab football and stuff like that. And yeah, it hasn't gone well. So, oh boy, if Iraq can beat Syria on neutral ground, you know what's even more funny? As you guys can see, it's only 1 point between them. So all UAE has to do is just match Iraq's results, and they take the 3rd place and go to the Intercontinental. However, if Iraq better UAE's result, they will go to the Intercontinental playoff against, or not Intercontinental, but the AFC playoff against Australia, because we know Australia have already finished 3rd. What's even more funny about this is Both of these games are in Dubai. Both of these games are in Dubai, which is pretty funny to me. I mean, Iraq have had a lot of changes throughout these whole qualifiers. Manager, they had Dick Advocat. It went terribly wrong. They've changed a lot of players, but somehow they're still in a chance. They still got a chance in this. Now, the UAE hosts South Korea. That ain't going to be easy. That is not going to be easy whatsoever. While Syria, yes, great performance away from Lebanon. They won 3-0. A little bit of, some fan involvement in that situation. It was horrible to see, but Syria finally got a victory in these World Cup qualifiers. Now they're going to host Iraq in Dubai. I wonder if Iraq can do this, They've drawn all their games. They only picked up their first win in the last match day. So if Iraq can do this, that would be amazing to see. Absolutely amazing to see. You guys let me know in the chat. Who do you think will get the third place? Will it be UAE or will it be Iraq? Now, I think with my discussion with Macwell, he said that Iraq would get third place. And I was like, I'm not too sure. I thought UAE would just secure it before the next match day. But with the UAE losing to Iraq, I mean, you kind of have to go with Iraq just because of the fixtures. While Syria did win away, I don't know. Will they be motivated again? Maybe. But South Korea, they're just such a good team, South Korea. They're not going to concede a goal. They're going to keep things very simple. And UAE are just going to have to sit back and defend and just look at what Iraq's result is. If they're winning Iraq, then the UAE have to go and push for a goal. So, you know what? I think third place is going to be Iraq. I really do think so. I think they're going to actually do it. It would be pretty incredible considering how much turmoil there has been in their camp throughout these whole entire World Cup qualifiers. So, you know what? I think Iraq will do this. I think Iraq will get third place. They'll beat Syria, I think 1-0 or 2-1. And then UAE and South Korea are going to draw 1-1. So then I'm going to go with Iraq getting the third place. So then we see Iraq versus Australia. And, you kind of have to maybe fancy you cannot fancy Australia in that tie because they look like a dysfunctional bunch at the moment with Graham Arnold as the manager. It's not a stomach bug. It's, the vid. I think it is the vid. I could see Iraq get third place. I agree with that. Pro FG5 TV, thank you for tuning in. Congratulations to Canada, my second home. Nice, man. Congrats to every Canadian out there. 36 years. At least you can score a goal this time, hopefully, because the only appearance that Canada has had at a World Cup, they didn't score a goal in 1986. So I think that will change, though, especially with the attacking talent that they have. Are UAE going to the playoffs? Well, we just discussed it. Crazy because I realized last time Iraq made the World Cup, they beat UAE and Syria before making it. Okay, interesting. Thanks for that insight, Hussam. Thanks for that insight. Well, the stars are aligning for Iraq. The stars are aligning. And remember, guys, the third place winner in the AFC will face the Conmebol fifth place. So I don't know if any of these AFC teams can beat the fifth place in Conmebol. Hello, Nicola. How are you doing? I believe in the Solomon the Solomon Islands beat New Zealand. I'm going to have to do a live stream discussion about that because that would be one of the more remarkable World Cup qualifier stories we will ever see. I don't think UAE will beat South Korea. It's just about whether Iraq can win. Exactly. It's all down to Iraq, in my opinion. Tomorrow, Serbia, Denmark friendly. Yep. Also Finland versus Slovakia. I'm leaning towards Iraq. Serbia 2-1 win over Denmark. Lithuania won against San Marino. Yep. They got a goal. San Marino. Everybody celebrate. On Germany, Netherlands, I think, yep, that's another big friendly tomorrow. I want Iraq to beat us to help Iraq go to the World Cup. Hey, man, you gotta hope for some things. Michael, whoever wins this Asian World Cup qualifiers playoffs, they will not beat the fifth place South American team, who will be too strong. I agree. At this rate, I just don't see Australia doing it because they're dysfunctional unless they can drastically change something under Graham Arnold or they sack him. That's the only way I see it. And I think Conmebol are just too strong. They're just way too strong, in my opinion. Oh, Fidan Kominovsky. Hello from North Macedonia. Hello. Big day tomorrow for North Macedonia. If they beat Portugal in Portugal, that would be one of the greatest achievements we will see in international football. Going away to Italy and going away to North Macedonia. But we're going to discuss that in about an hour or so. Same about Solomon Lions. They have a good attack. They definitely have a good attack with that young Leah and San Marino. Yes, they did. All right, guys. If you want to come on and discuss about Conmebol, CAF, and UEFA, I'm going to now send the link on my Twitter. So you are more than welcome to come on and give your thoughts as we switch over to the South America, Africa, and Europe continent because we got some big games tomorrow. Big games tomorrow, people. As we know, I mean, Conmebol, it's pretty much down to one thing and one thing only. It's fifth place because of the Peru and Uruguay shenanigans. And then in CAF, They're all still to play for. They're all still to play for. So let me just switch this over to Conmebol so we can look up. Hello, how's everybody doing? Hopefully they're all having a beautiful day in this crazy world. And the madness also continues tomorrow with Conmebol and every confederation out there. So I'll quickly show you guys what's on the agenda in Conmebol. Sebastian's already here, man. Sebastian, Jesus. Before I remember, guys, if you want to join the stream, there's a link now on my Twitter, so go check it out. If you want to know my Twitter, it's talks_Michael. So you guys can go follow me on Twitter and also get the link from there. So for Conmebol, we already know the 4 teams that have qualified. Brazil, Argentina, Ecuador, Uruguay have all qualified, due to Uruguay with their win over Peru, which was a little bit controversial, but we will not discuss about that anymore. So it all comes down to 5th place between Peru, Colombia, and Chile. Who will get the 5th spot? You guys let me know in the chat, and I'll add the guess while I untangle my headphones as well. If Portugal, it's not going to be pretty here. That's to be expected of San Marino, of course. Hello, Pierre. How are you doing? Hi, Mike. Both Iraq and UAE underperformed at Arab Cup, and Australia or Conmebol might get through. I get that. I get that, Pierre, but Australia are not that good. They're really not that good whatsoever. I don't know what's happened to them. Graham Arnold he just doesn't know what he's doing at this moment. There's been rumors of Marcelo Bielsa maybe becoming Australian manager, which would be really interesting to see. Yes, Michael, hope you're doing well, my bro. Hope you're doing well as well. Ilias, and big up to Isaac as well. Tomorrow's going to be sick. You know it, Isaac. You know it's going to be sick. Cannot wait for it. Cannot wait for it. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely exhilarating, but we have some guests here. So we have Sebastian and we have Matt. Let's see what these guys are saying. Give me a second, people. Hello to the people. Hello, Matt. Sebastian.
Hello. I'm here.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Seb.
Matt, Sebastian, anybody? Hello?
I can hear you.
I can't hear anybody. Okay. I can't hear. Guys, can you hear in the chat? Can you hear Matt and Sebastian, or is it just me?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Might just be me.
I can hear both of you.
Is it me?
Yeah, I can hear both of you. But
I think it's me. I think it is me. Give me a second. Sebastian, give your thoughts of Chile's chances, because you are the Chilean here. Give your thoughts.
Here we go again.
Yeah, give your thoughts.
I can't see us making the 5th place, because I think Peru is. If Peru gets a draw and Chile wins, we could get 5th. If not, Colombia wins. But we never know with Colombia and Peru. They could lose and Chile could win. Anything can happen. But I think Peru would win. I think Colombia will win. I reckon it will stay like this. I reckon Chile gonna get 7th. To be fair,
you're not gonna go with your Chile boys.
I hope we make 5th, but I don't see Peru losing. I can see them draw, but I can't see them lose.
Okay, I feel it. Matt, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's just inevitable that Peru will get the 5th spot and qualify to the Intercontinental Playoff?
I think so, although I didn't realize that Peru and Chile's goal difference were that close, so that could be interesting. I expect Colombia and Chile to get draws, and then Peru just to get a not exactly a battering, but just do what they need to do to get the win. And yeah, I'd say it finishes pretty much as it is now in terms of 5th to 7th.
No, but nobody's going for anything exciting in Conmebol. No, this is the most unpredictable, I think, confederation out there alongside CAF on who can qualify. So you remember last window in 2018 World Cup qualifiers, all Paraguay had to do was beat Venezuela, and they failed to do so at home. I mean, we could see something interesting here. I mean, I wouldn't like Colombia's record away in Venezuela is terrible, by the way. It's not good whatsoever. It needs to improve drastically if they want to have any chance of qualifying. But so, Sebastian, you think then Chile, they can't beat Uruguay at home? Where's the game, by the way? Is it in sea level or in altitude?
It's in Santiago.
Okay.
in Universidad Católica's home stadium.
Okay.
They play we played versus who it not the arena who we played versus Argentina. It was the game we played
Against Ecuador?
No, it was the other game.
Okay.
Versus Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, look, I want to see something crazy happen, but I just feel like with Peru, they got the home advantage, and I can't really trust Colombia. I just can't. Even though they beat Bolivia 3-0, you just can't trust this team away from home, and it is going to be interesting to see what happens. And as Albert says here, thanks for tuning in. Peru's home crowd should be a big boost to get towards a win. Yeah, 100%. The home crowd is going to prove to be a big difference for this team, and I like what Peru is doing with Garecha, and I think they're going to qualify for the World Cup if they face either Australia or Iraq or UAE, because I think Peru are just too strong for these teams, and especially with Gareca, I think he's done a marvelous job. Had Uruguay and Peru drawn, this could have been really interesting the final day to see what happens, especially with Chile playing against Uruguay, but we don't see it, unfortunately. Have Venezuela ever qualified for the World Cup? Nope, they haven't, and this is how the South American qualifications will stand. I believe so as well. Bing Tong says one of these three teams, which is the one most likely to lose to an AFC. As an Asian, I got root for the AFC. Matt, which one of these three teams do you think could lose to an AFC team?
I would say Chile, but only to Australia.
Only to Australia. Okay. All right. Sebastian?
I don't think Peru, Colombia, or Chile, they won't lose to a AFC team, because Chile usually have it very easily versus Australia, and Peru also, and Colombia. They're too strong for the AFC teams.
Yeah.
But the thing going on for Chile is that we always play really good at home versus Uruguay.
But you need Paraguay to do your service, and you need Venezuela to do your service. So you're kind of like on the outside looking in and just hoping for other things to, like dominoes to fall into your place, which you don't want to be in that position. You want to be the one who's leading it and the one that everybody wants to chase. So that's why Peru, I think they're comfortable, and I think they'll do the business at home. I mean, if I wake up and see that Peru and Paraguay drew and Colombia lost and Chile somehow beat Uruguay at home, that would be pretty crazy to see. But to answer Bintang's question, I don't think any AFC team is going to beat any of these Conmebol teams at this moment, unless we see a vast improvement in Australia. But I mean, the only one I could see is Chile, because they're just not a good away team. The only way to win they've had in the last couple of years is Bolivia. That's it. That's it. And that took an Alexis Sanchez masterclass for that game to happen. The Solomon Islands against Papua New Guinea, Oceania semifinals could have gone either way, with Solomon Islands winning 3-2. New Zealand will have a much easier task in the final than against Tahiti. I don't know, man. If Solomon Islands can do something crazy, that would be insane. Colombia's biggest stress, man. Colombia. Can't wait for the draw on Friday. Remember, guys, I will have a live reaction to the draw. Hopefully, I'll be healthy enough to do it. I think you are disrespecting Uruguay because you're doubting that Uruguay can beat Chile in Chile.
They can, but
you have to remember, Miguel, you have to remember something. Sebastian is Chilean, so he's a little bit biased towards them.
But last time Uruguay came to Chile in the last qualifiers, they lost 2-0. And Chile at home is like, I don't know, much better at home than away.
That is true. They are definitely a better home side, that's for sure. But there's no better than Diaz, right?
He won't start.
Is he on the bench?
I think he will be on the bench.
He's not going to play. Blackburn are not going to allow that. I'm sorry, man. I don't see that happening. New Zealand should have won the Oceania World Cup qualification. Will not be strong enough to overcome fourth place. I don't know, man. I don't know. Costa Rica. I don't know. I hope UAE beats Australia and Peru. That would be something to see UAE at the World Cup for a second time. Just join. What does you mean, bro? All good here, Zane. We're just discussing World Cup qualifiers. After this, we're going to discuss CAF and UEFA. It's like asking if the USA. Oh God, don't, Miguel. I don't want PTSD from that. Michael, I thought you were going to cover Finland match against. No, didn't feel the greatest, Michael. Not gonna lie, I didn't feel the greatest. And it was a terrible performance from Finland anyways. We beat Australia once at the World Cup. We'll do it again. Yep. And I can't wait for tomorrow. Unfortunately, both the Germany versus Netherlands friendly and the others. Yeah, that's a big game tomorrow. Big game. Tomorrow, teams will hunt for blood. Exactly. Oh, man. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely epic. But, so I think we all think it's going to end like this, right? The standings will end like this, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Overall?
Well, just 5th through 7th. We know the 4 teams that have qualified already. We don't need to discuss them, and we know the bottom 3, but I'm just discussing 5th through 7th.
Yes, I think 5th through 7th will stay like that.
All right.
5th through 10th, in fact.
Okay. All right. Sebastian?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Even though anything can happen.
Of course, anything can happen, Sebastian. It's Conmebol, man. I mean, Peru got absolutely screwed over. I'm sorry to every Uruguayan. They got absolutely screwed over in that game.
Peru got robbed.
You both thought it was a goal, right?
No, I was fuming.
Matt, I'll ask Matt. Do you think that was a goal for Peru?
I'm like 90% saying yes.
Okay. What about the what images have you seen that the 10% will give you that wasn't a goal?
I saw one from the other side that looked as though, which showed that the ball didn't go across the line, but then at the same time I seen another image of that same angle where the ball did go over the line. So I think I'd say that goal should have counted, but you can't blame the referee for that. If that's got to be anybody's blame, then it would be the linesman.
Matt, not even the linesman, the VAR. I mean, so Sebastian, you probably heard the VAR discussion in Spanish, but I think they said it crossed the line. I'm pretty sure they said that, didn't they?
Yeah.
They said that in Spanish. I mean, just criminal, absolutely criminal from Conmebol. But where's the goal line technology? That's what you got to ask. Sebastian, keep discussing. I got to answer a call quickly. Just keep discussing about. You guys can discuss who do you think? Here's my question for you two. Who do you think will make a deeper run, Ecuador or Uruguay in the World Cup?
I think Uruguay, on the basis that they're likely to have an easier group, and on average they should be getting like last 16, and let's say that they could be good enough to go to the quarterfinals, depending on who they come up against. For Ecuador, they're going to be pot 4, and I think unless they have an easier group, then it's gonna be hard for them to get to the knockouts.
All right. Yeah. Let me just go through some comments first, and then we can keep discussing about then CAF after this. What do you think about Captain America's hat trick? USA finally looked like a fluid. Yes, we did look like a fluid team. I mean, the third goal by Christian Pulisic was stunning, absolutely stunning. So, barring an epic collapse of epic proportions, we should be in the World Cup. I mean, they already got a banner out, the US team. It better not backfire on us badly. Can't wait for tomorrow. I want to see all the games. I'm going to be watching all the games. Macedonia 2-1 win over Portugal. That would be insane. I hope Sarpit Singh of Bayern will be back for New Zealand in June. He's a key player for them. Yes, he is. Poland win over Sweden 3-1 with Lewandowski securing a hat-trick, 2 of which being key assists from Zielinski and Frankowski. What do you think about the Iceland game? Mamparas. It was a friendly, but it wasn't the greatest performance. So Finland did not look good. But Pukki, the guy keeps on scoring for us. That's the main thing. Without Pukki.
Did you see that what I sent in the Discord when Hoikode 2-2.
Yeah, with Hamabur. Yeah, yep. I saw that too. It was a good game. I hope we win against Sweden. As a Polish, I am Peruvian, and I can confirm that the VAR stole a goal from us. But to be honest, I don't know if we deserve to tie the game. I mean, Peru had a couple of good chances in the game. I don't think Uruguay played that amazing, but they just played an old Uruguayan style, just defend well and get that goal, and that's what they did. It is true that we had possession during the first half, but in general, Uruguay controlled the match. All right. I'm expecting 3 big seals tomorrow. Oh, man, if that happens. Tomorrow. Who is the one with that magnificent voice? The one at the bottom. You have a nice voice. We're going to move on. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Uruguay won the first ever World Cup. Yes, they did. If Macedonia beats Portugal, now that Mexico is ahead of the group in the World Cup. Bro, I mean, Mexico... I mean, Tata Martino needs to get something sorted out with that team. Only barely beating Honduras 1-0 away, not good enough. Uruguay have gone into the host nations group every time since 2010, except 2014, because Brazil, if that happens again, I can see them to the quarterfinals again. I don't know. I'm not too sure about this Uruguayan team, but we're going to have to see what Diego Alonso can do with the side. Hello, Eldon. How are you doing? I can't lie. That second penalty wasn't it wasn't. The USA, it wasn't a penalty in the semifinal. If North Macedonia beat Portugal, they will have to be considered dark horses for the tournament. 100%. They will have to be. Ronaldo dropped it. I'm not going to say anything. And hey, from Morocco, hello, Hassad. How are you doing? And Sweden going to win and qualify. Well, we'll see about that. Is there a way to know who goes into which pod already? I think there is a good Twitter page. What is it called again? Is it called We Global Football? They actually do some good. They do some good projections of what teams will go into which pot. At this moment, I think Mexico and USA would be in pot 2, and Portugal would be in pot 1 if they win their game. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in tomorrow, because that's going to be a lot of implications on the draw for Friday as well. But guys, we got to move on. Because now it is time for, oh boy.
I think Uruguay will go above Ecuador.
Which pot are they in at the moment?
They're in pot. They'll be in pot 2, but what I was saying is because I think Uruguay will get a draw and Ecuador will lose to Argentina, then that would mean Uruguay go above Ecuador in the standings.
Yeah, so I think Ecuador will be a pot 3 team at this moment. But yeah, guys, if you want to check out some good pot-like projections, that would be We Global Football on Twitter. They do a lot of work on that sort of stuff. But before we get into the discussion of CAF, Hakimi Masterclass incoming. No. their adios. Zielinski plus Frankowski are deadly. Portugal will be in pot 1 if they qualify. Yep. That would be Sebastian's beep. I don't know how to deal with it, Balkan Warrior. I don't get it. Matt, do you have background noise? Somebody has the stream open. Oh, not anymore. You're good. So excited for the group stage draw. Yep, exactly. All right, people. Let's not start with this one. We're gonna have to leave that one last, but let's start with Tunisia versus Mali. I'm disappointed in Mali. How many times have I said this in the last couple of months about this side? They just can't take their chances, and they don't know how to create chances for their own side. You got to give it to Tunisia. They went away to Mali, very, very tough venue. They got a lucky own goal. Of course it was. It was a terrible mistake from the center back Sissoko, who then gave a red card as well. So, I mean, Mali have to go away to Tunisia, which I just can't see that happening unless they can get a 1-goal victory in that match. Literally, Mali have conceded 2 goals in the last 13 games, and that's from a 1 penalty against Gambia and a crazy own goal from Sissoko. So it's just a matter of, can they create the chances to win this game? I'm going to start with AD. Thanks for AD for joining in. Do you think Mali can turn this around against Tunisia in Tunisia?
Yeah, I'm sorry for joining late.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, for this one, it's interesting because, like I said, Mali's a good team and all. I do rate this team, and it's just that for me, I was looking at their thing in the AFCON, and I find it very interesting. They had penalties in all 3 of their games, and I feel like that's really concerning. It's really alarming that They don't really score a lot of goals. I think they have what it takes to turn this around, but I just don't know. I just don't know if I just don't know if they're going to score. That's really the problem for them. Like I think that's like the issue with Mali is that they just can't score. And Tunisia, like I said, that's a huge away goal they got, and it was a bizarre win. Obviously, it was a very strange win.
It was so strange, that own goal. I generally don't understand it. So, you guys, let me know in the chat as well. Who do you think will advance between Tunisia and Mali? But so you're saying Tunisia are going to go through in this 80 because of that away goal?
Most likely. I don't think Mali's going to get a road win here. And my original prediction was Tunisia to go through. And it's kind of interesting because in some ways, kind of revenge for what happened to AFCON, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit of revenge. But all right, Matt, who do you think is going to go through? Do you think Mali, with all the talent, Ibrahim Akone, Djenepo, Doucouré, Basuma, the Adama Traorés, I mean, there's like 2 or 3 of them on the team. Do you think they can turn this around and beat Tunisia in Tunisia?
No.
All right. What's your justification for that?
I think going away to Tunisia is going to be not straightforward, and the fact that they're a goal down, and I don't know how key Sissoko is to Mali, but at the very least, he will be a loss to them, and they've got a lot of work to do to advance, and even if they'd won the first leg, I'd still be leaning towards Tunisia.
All right, Sebastian, Beatman, do you think Mali, with all their talent, can they win this game and make a debut at the World Cup, or do you think Tunisia will be too strong at home?
I think Mali will go through. I predicted them to go to the World Cup before, so I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to say Mali win on pens.
Okay, so you think they're going to get a 1-0 victory and then it goes to pens?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody writes off Tunisia, man. Everybody writes off this team. They don't play the most sexiest football. They're not the most glamorous pick in Africa, but they always get the job done. They're experienced in this. I just wonder if this Mali team needs this sort of loss to then, gain the experience and then qualify for 2026. Maybe that's what they need. That's what they desperately need in this. I just think that horrible own goal is going to cost them. I think this game is going to end 0-0. I think it's going to really end 0-0. It would be shame to see it, but it's going to happen to Mali. They're going to cost themselves a spot in the World Cup. But before we discuss Morocco and DR Congo, let me just go through some of the comments we have here. Okay, for you, is this the worst Italian team in history? No, it's not the worst. I thought that 2010 team was terrible. I thought it was absolutely terrible. I have my doubts because Italy's Euro champion. I feel like it was a little bit bad luck. I mean, they were losing a lot of key players, Italy, but it's not the worst Italian side I've met. And, they missed the 94 World Cup as well. No, not the 94 World Cup. What World Cup did they miss? No, it wasn't 94. I can't remember which one it was. We're going to discuss about Macedonia. Don't worry, we're going to get to Macedonia, people. Don't worry, we're going to get to there. I'm sure if Italy had qualified, they would have been one of the seeded teams in World Cup draw, who then replaces them. Not too sure who replaces them at the moment. Mali will turn this around. Alela Mali Adama Traoré. Hello, Christy. How are you doing? It was a random own goal. Mali were better. I mean, Mali didn't create a whole lot before the goal, and now it's different going away, and especially needing a goal, which Mali have not been able to do throughout these whole World Cup qualifier. I mean, they have scored against Uganda and these sort of teams, but Tunisia are just a solid backline. That's what they're doing. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The experience and pedigree might be the difference maker for Tunisia versus Mali, although I want to see Mali turn this around. I just think the experience Tunisia have. I mean, a lot of these players some of them were at the World Cup last time around, so they know what to do and what's the word I'm trying to look for in English? What's the word I'm trying to look for in English? I can't think of it right now, but just the tools basically to get into a World Cup. Tunisia have that. Mali will get a 1-1 draw in Tunis against Tunisia. Well, that wouldn't be enough then. It wouldn't be enough. Tunisia will really go to qualify for back-to-back World Cups. Yep. Mali Oh, we're going to discuss about that. Tunisia should have won this now. All the North African teams won their first leg ties apart from Morocco, and the North African teams will have home advantage apart from Egypt. Yep. It's looking good for the North African teams. Morocco will make it, but Vahid must leave. Oh, okay. Maybe that's because he wants Ziyech and Mazouari to play. Tunisia will, okay. Mali to win it with the last minute to go. That would be insane. Morocco will win at home against DR Congo. Yeah, it would be nice to see them. 2-1 for Mali. Is Kaziri playing? I don't think he played in the first leg, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
but
he didn't.
I'm not too sure if he'll play in the second leg. We're gonna have to see what happens. Hello, Luca. Remember, guys.
What either? Well, at least not on the bench.
Okay. Algeria to win at home again. Yep, we're gonna see it. It's nothing. It's not really anything. I really hope Mali turn around. I'm tired of seeing the same thing. Yeah, we gotta get a debutant. Mali and North Macedonia are our best shots of a debutant at this year's World Cup. Guys, what do you think about the Georgian national team? Well, they beat Sebastian Sweden, so that's all I know. And
Mike,
they have some.
Should I send the StreamYard link in the chat so the people who came in late that they missed it?
Yeah, I'll say it soon, Sebastian. Don't worry. Let me just go through some of the comments. I wouldn't say they are. I would say they know what they're doing. Tunisia are just nobody likes to play against Tunisia. Clearly, Mali have to fight for their lives in that game. Tunisia won't make it easy, but Mali can do it if they believe in themselves and play to the very last minute. Tunisian teams have a history of losing at last minute. So Pierre giving some good insight. Thanks, Pierre. I just wonder if this Mali team, I don't know if they're ready. I hope they can do it. Nothing against Tunisians or Tunisian national team, but I hope Mali can qualify for the World Cup. I think it would be really awesome to see, but I really doubt it now when going away to Tunisia. It ain't an easy place to go to. Tunisia really got Mali where Senegal got Egypt. Yep. It's good that Mali are already in talks to qualify. Maybe they'll get it done in the future. Yeah, I think they'll qualify for the 2026 World Cup if they fail here. If England and Germany are drawn in the same group, I will be surprised too. Strasbourg Steve, thank you for tuning in. 1-0 Tunisia with Wabi Kaziri goal. Yeah, I don't think Kaziri is going to play in this game, though. I think that's what we have been hearing. Adama Traore from Sheriff scores a goal from Mali. And yes, let's get to now. Oh, Bethel, it's on my Twitter, guys. Remember, if you want to join the discussion on stream on here, you guys can go to my Twitter and open the link there. Or also I can just pin it here. Just give me a second, guys. I'll pin it here. But let's start with Sebastian. Sebastian, 1-1 between Morocco and DR Congo in a game that was, I think, quite 50-50. I think DR Congo, they should have won this game. They had a great chance with Bakambu, but away in Morocco, it's going to be tough for DR Congo. But who do you think will advance in this game?
Yeah, of course it will be tough for them because away game in Morocco with the fans, it's going to be tough. But I want debutants, but I think Morocco's still going to go through. But it will be good if DR Congo wins it to get to the World Cup because it would be fun with debutants, not same teams.
Well, they wouldn't be. Well, technically, they wouldn't be a debutant, but because they used to be known as Zaire. That's when they qualified. That used to be DR Congo, but it would be their debut as DR Congo, basically.
Yeah, and Congo has a decent team. They have Bakambu, Wiza. They have someone else.
Mbokani, Bolasi, all of these guys, Masuaku, and Mbemba from Porto.
So that team is tricky to beat. I barely don't count out DR Congo in this game. They can definitely surprise with the team they have.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna go to the World Cup.
Oh, okay. All right, Matt, who do you think will advance in this tie? Back in Morocco, always a tough venue to go to. Do you think DR Congo can pull off? I think it would be an upset, but we know DR Congo are a good team and Hector Cooper's a good manager. But who do you think will advance now?
I think it's going to be Morocco. I don't think DR Congo will be able to do it away from home.
All right. 80?
So, Morocco will be too good.
Morocco too good. All right, 80?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think for me, for DR Congo, I think if they really wanted to advance through, dude, in my opinion, they would have to have won the first leg by 2+ goal margin. And the fact that they didn't, and Morocco got a crucial away goal, I think that's going to really dent DR Congo's chances. Now, I will say this, though. I don't know if you saw the lineups. I was looking at the lineup, and Morocco actually played a back five against DR Congo away from home. So I think for Morocco, Vahid, he needs to do a back four, because I've heard a lot of Moroccan fans say that they don't like their coach. And so, for Morocco, I think they should get the job done at home. I don't think this will be as comfortable as people are. I don't think this will be as easy as I initially thought it would be, but I do think Morocco will advance through. Like I said, that away goal I think will be crucial, and I just don't think DR Congo can. I just think they're going to struggle here, and I think if Morocco scores the first goal, I think this tie is probably over.
Okay. All right. Bethel, thanks for joining in. What's your thoughts of Morocco, DR Congo? Obviously, I'll quickly give my thoughts. I thought DR Congo should have won the game in Kinshasa, and they're going to rue their chances because I think Morocco at home, I think Hakimi is going to step up. He didn't have the greatest game in Kinshasa. So I think Morocco are going to win this game 3-1 because DR Congo going to have to push for goals. So what's your thoughts? Who do you think will advance now?
I originally had DR Congo tying the first leg 1-1, and then I had Morocco winning 3-1 the second leg. But I would like to see DR Congo win the World Cup, but I don't know. I'm going to have to stay with Morocco, play it safe.
Got to play the safe game. But yeah, I think Morocco, while it wasn't the greatest performance in Kinshasa, it's not about performances. It's just not losing by more than 2 goals, and getting that away goal could prove to be very, very vital for them. But before we get to the big one, Nigeria versus Ghana, let me go through some comments because it's about to get crazy debate. Should be Portugal. Yep. Wait, let's see here. Okay, Portugal qualified. Yep. What's the difference between a seeded and an unseeded team? I think that was for the playoffs for CAF. There was the seeded teams and unseeded teams. I don't understand. Don't have all FIFA rankings. It's all the pot ones, basically. If not Portugal, then maybe Portugal, seeded 1, Qatar plus top 7 in FIFA rankings. I think on FIFA YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know?
I believe on YouTube, I believe.
Okay.
If not,
then it's cable TV.
I don't know if they will show it on the
I think in the US they're gonna show it on FS1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Michael.
Yeah.
When they did like the European draws and the Africa draws, they did on the FIFA TV YouTube channel, I think. So I imagine they'll probably do the same thing there. I'm not so sure though. That's just my thinking.
That's what I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Well, let's hope it's on the FIFA YouTube channel because that would be nice. I don't want to see on a cable TV because I don't really have cable. Nigeria will beat Ghana by 3-0 in the. Yeah, I'm not going to say the Jollof Derby, but yeah, it is a good derby. Yeah, man. We're going to discuss about it soon. Portugal next match date. It is tomorrow. Okay. Mali and Croatian means small. Okay. Interesting. No, 0-0, I would say. Next Portugal match is tomorrow. For tomorrow is really, really, I can imagine. If your country is involved tomorrow, it's going to be nervous times ahead. Very much nervous times ahead. Red Devil Studio, thank you for tuning in. Will Ronaldo Red Devil Studio, don't do this. If he doesn't, oh wow, the narratives. Once everyone is qualified and drawn into pods, will you be reviewing each nation and their potential squads? Oh yeah, 100%. Once, I think in the summertime, that's when I'll start discussing about squads and everything like that, because straight after this, club football is back, people. It's crazy. So PL is going 2-0 Senegal, 2-1 Algeria, 2-0 Nigeria, 3-0 Morocco, and 2-0 Tunisia. So he's going for all the home team wins. Solomon Islands are a good shout for debutants. If Solomon Islands makes a debut, everybody has to buy their jersey. It's a must. It's a
100%.
must.
100%.
Yeah. My gut feeling are telling me Cameroon are going to win. Don't know why. Oh wow, you don't trust your team, Space Algae Abyss. So doesn't. And yep, Benrahma is back in the squad. Yes, exactly. He did not get called up. Doucouré did though. Doucouré did get called up for Mali. Okay, Bakambu. Yes. Anything else we need to go in here? Yes, Vahid should leave. Yeah, I don't really believe in Vahid, to be honest. Nobody's rolling anybody in Africa. All games are 1 goal margins or max 2. Yep. Morocco will get through, even if not easily, but DR Congo can go through now. Exactly. All right, people. I think Matt unfortunately disconnected. Let's start off with Matt, because Matt says he has a lot of friends from these 2 countries. I'm trying to get to Matt. There we go. Matt,
Yes.
Nigeria versus Ghana. I mean, the first game was uninspiring, boring football. Ghana played well. I got to give credit to Ghana. They vastly improved to what their AFCON performances were, but going away to Abuja, it's going to be difficult for them. But who do you think, who's going to win this game?
I think it'll be Nigeria. I don't think they'll cruise to victory. I mean, we certainly didn't see them make it easy for themselves in Cape Coast, but I think they'll do enough to show that they are the stronger team. I'm thinking 2-0.
2-0, 2-0. All right, Bethel, what's your thoughts on this game?
So Ghana definitely did impress me the first leg. I don't know if you guys remember what I said about them before the first leg, but yeah, they've definitely impressed me. But going on the road to Nigeria in a rivalry game is always tough. I'm going to give the edge to Nigeria, but it should be close. I don't think it's going to be like a rout or anything like that. It should be a close game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a rout either. 80, what's your thoughts? 0-0 in the first leg, not the greatest game. I thought Egofon got his tactics terribly wrong. Iheanacho's got to perform better. I thought the wingers were terrible for Nigeria. Can Ghana pull off a massive surprise here and beat Nigeria in Abuja? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, that's interesting because I think for me, it shows that the AFCON and World Cup qualifiers is different because I can assure you that if the game probably took place after the AFCON, then we'd probably see it. Nigeria probably would have won because of how bad Ghana were at the time, you know. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I think for Ghana they really missed a big opportunity. I think they really missed a big opportunity not winning the first leg, and for Nigeria they didn't really play that well. And it's kind of weird is that in a weird way I feel like Nigerians they actually are on the better side of things because even though they didn't play well, they didn't play good. They still got a better result because they got a draw, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing for Ghana is that. Can they go away and score? And they have the Ayew brothers, and obviously we know they're just not. They're just past it.
Ayew brothers are out. No, except for Jordan. Jordan's playing. Andrew's still suspended.
Okay. Well, then it's still regardless. I just don't think. I just think that they're just such a hindrance for this team, in my opinion. Like I'm sorry. Like they just don't really do much for this team. And there was a 19-year-old kid. I forgot his name. He did
Felix Afena-Gyan. Felix Afena-Gyan.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good, decent player, and he could cause a lot of problems. I would say. I still think Nigeria will go through, but this will be very close. I have a feeling Nigeria might just edge this 1-0. It'll be very tight, I think.
Oh, could get nervous.
Late goal, do you think, AD?
Oh.
Wait, what do you say?
Do you think it'll end with a late goal and limbs?
I think this could go to extra time.
Ooh.
If this goes to extra time, oh my God, the nerves are going to kick in for sure. Steve, first time on the Michael Talks Football channel. Thanks for joining in. What's your thoughts of the derby, the West African derby? Well, basically West African derby between Nigeria and Ghana.
To be honest, it's two teams that are kind of out of form. To be honest, when you watch, I mean, the first game was really, really horrible to watch. I'm glad I had worked that day. But
you're a lucky man.
No. So I heard it was a really horrible match to watch, and a lot of times when I watch the Super Eagles, they're not great to play, and there's no real excuse, to be honest, with all the quality that they have. I think a lot of it depends on Osimhen, but he struggles with injuries sometimes. It seems like that's the only thing holding him back from possibly being a top 10 striker in the world. I believe he has that talent. But it's gonna be interesting. I think I might slightly go Nigeria just because of home advantage, but I guess you never know with AFCON qualifiers, really. I guess I would say Nigeria 1-0. With all of these games, I think it's gonna be low scoring. It's not the greatest watch, just 2 tense. So yeah. I would say Nigeria 1-0. But
all right. Sebastian, what's your thoughts? Can Ghana pull off a huge upset in Abuja? And if that happens, Oh boy, I mean the scenes if Ghana qualifies in Nigeria would be crazy to see. But what's your thoughts?
Yeah, they can do it. But I think Nigeria is too strong. Like in the first leg, like Thomas Partey was the best player on the pitch for Ghana. If he wasn't there, they probably would have conceded 2 goals or even 3 goals because it was that important to them. They need to fix their attackers because Jordan Ayew can't play forever. He's garbage. He's bad, not garbage. He's bad.
Imagine if Jordan Ayew scores the game-winning goal tomorrow.
Bethel, don't.
No,
If that happens, Bethel, if that happens, guys, if Jordan Ayew knocks out Nigeria, the oh my god.
I can't
Continue,
wait to
Sebastian.
see if that happens.
If that happens, my god, the internet will break.
Yeah. Ghana in the first leg, they couldn't seem to score, same with Nigeria. But in the second leg, I feel like both teams gonna wanna score because it's whoever concedes the first goal is going out, I believe.
So, well, of course, Sebastian, that's easy to say, but do you think because Swiss Bank makes a really good point here. Thanks for tuning in, Swiss Bank. He says Ghana has nothing to lose. Nigeria has much on its shoulders. Now we will take the game to them and they will open up. This time we will dominate the midfield and score first goal to frustrate them.
First goal. Sorry to interrupt, Michael, but I was just gonna say, I think first goal, I think it's gonna be it'll be a 1-0 to Ghana or Nigeria. I think if you score the goal, especially if Ghana do, because then Nigeria got to get 2.
That's true. Yep.
So it's all about the approach, but this is do or die for the Super Eagles to be. Like I said, the quality of their team is very, very good. I mean, you've got Osimhen, Bonke Innocent, who is doing really well at Lorient this year. I watch a lot of Ligue 1. He's a very talented player. Iheanacho, pretty good player. I mean, they've got quality all around. Joe Aribo he does all right in the holding midfield. It's just sometimes the build-up play in Nigeria that concerns me. Ghana aren't that great either, so it's tough. It's really tough.
It is tough. So, Sebastian, what's your prediction for the game?
I'm going for Nigeria to win 2-0.
All right.
And I'm also going for Iheanacho to score both.
Ooh, okay, not Victor Osimhen. Osimhen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Osimhen.
Yeah.
Osimhen.
Yeah, you got to go with him. I mean, if Ghana pulls off this victory, that would be insane to me because I have ridiculed this team so much through the AFCON, through these World Cup qualifiers that they have not performed well. Like Swiss Bank said, there is a lot of pressure on Nigeria to win this game. They're at home crowd. I think there's going to be like 60,000 people at the game. I mean, there is going to be a lot of pressure. But I think Ogofon, he realizes the magnitude of this game, and he'll calm down the squad. Maybe he'll have to replace either Chukwueze or Moses Simon because they were a little bit ineffective at the wing. Maybe bring in Lukman or Denis. So a lot of big decisions for Egwafon ahead of this game. And if Nigeria can just somewhat keep Partey quiet, they're going to win this game. Partey is just so key to Ghana, their whole game plan and how they move the ball from defense to attack. So if they can keep Partey somewhat quiet, I think Nigeria will win this game. And I think they're going to win this game 1-0. Like Steve said, There's not going to be a lot of goals in these games. I just think a lot of teams are going to still be very hesitant. And that's the problem with these playoffs. That's why I don't like this playoffs format. You're just not going to get the best footballing matchup as we would like to see. And Pro says, the question is who's going to score for Ghana?
Nobody.
Yaboa off the bench, maybe. It's slim options for Ghana, to be honest.
Yeah, it is very slim options for Ghana.
Wait, I have something to tell here.
Okay, go ahead.
I believe away goals do count. So Ghana technically don't have to win the game. They could just get a draw, like a 1-1 draw.
Yep, exactly. That's the crazy thing to hear about this. All right, guys. We got 2 more games in CAF, and then we'll move on to UEFA. Algeria versus Cameroon. Let's start off with Sebastian this time. Algeria. I said, do not write off this Algerian team. I know they looked absolutely terrible in AFCON, But once they sort out this defense, they're going to win this game. Look what happened. They kept a clean sheet in Cameroon. Fantastic performance. Slimani getting the only goal of the game. Do you think Algeria are inevitable to qualify now?
Yeah, but we never know with Cameroon. They are a side that can turn things around. They have players who can do that. Like Abubakar was really good in the first leg, but he could not score. I predicted at the start of these legs, I predicted Cameroon to make it, but with the away goal now for Algeria, I'm leaning towards Algeria. But if Cameroon gets the first goal, I believe they could actually go through.
Yep. All right,
Because
Eddie. All right, go ahead, Matt. Sebastian.
Because if Cameroon gets the first goal, that kind of puts a bit of pressure for Algeria, because they could concede and they could get a little bit stressful and concede another. So the thing who is most important for them is to score first, probably.
Yeah, definitely. All right, AD, what's your thoughts? Algeria versus Cameroon, big game.
Yeah, it's a huge game, and I try to watch as much as I could about this game. And I saw Cameroon; they created more opportunities, but it seemed like Algeria had the much more better chances, I guess you can say. And that was a great header from Salami. And for this one, man, I think I was really impressed with Algeria did defense, but because I think one of the things that made Algeria so good in the AFCON 2019 was their defense. Their defense was very good, and that's was the hallmark for this team. And as you said, as we were talking last week, I think we said like the head coach change for Cameroon was a big call to make ahead of these playoffs. And because I'll be honest with you, I don't think Cameroon were that impressive in the AFCON. I know they made the semis.
I agree.
They didn't really face any like top teams other than Egypt, And so now I'm thinking about it. I think Algeria's probably got the advantage, the away goal win, and I believe it's the first time Cameroon lost at home for a long time now. I think it was like
20 years. 20 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Does Algeria have a very good home record? I actually don't know.
I don't think they've ever lost in this stadium, at least from what I'm reading from one Algerian fan on Twitter. I don't think they've ever lost in this stadium. So,
wow.
Same was said about Italy throughout their whole history as World Cup qualifiers. So you know, sometimes you can live and die by stats, but
exactly,
I mean, every streak comes to an end.
Exactly.
It's possible. Didn't they tie Burkina Faso in the final match day?
Yep, it was 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll happen one day.
It could happen. I think Algeria's got the advantage here. And I do believe they'll probably progress through at this point.
Yeah. All right, Bethel, what's your thoughts?
Look, man, I said this was going to be the hardest matchup to predict, and because Algeria got a win on the road, that just makes it so much more easier for me to come up with a victory in this one. So I'm going to lean towards Algeria. They're home. They got the road win in the first leg. I did like the way they defended. It was a nice response to their embarrassing AFCON performance. But I just feel like after they got that first goal, they just sat back and defended like a little too much. I feel like they should have started attacking more and everything. But going into the World Cup, if they make the World Cup, if there's any team from Africa I'd be scared of, it would definitely be Algeria.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Rama is back as well, Matt. So I think, are you going to the Algerian win here?
I think so. It could be a draw. I mean, Cameroon winning is going to be, will take a long shot, but I would say a Algeria area should win, and even if they'd come out with a draw, or you'd still say advantage Algeria. I've actually got plans to meet a couple of my Algerian mates and watch this game together tomorrow night.
Oh, nice. I hope it's a good ending for them, because you don't want to, if they're going to be crying again because they missed the last World Cup as well. So it'll be double heartbreak for them. But Steve, Cameroon, I I agree with AD. I don't think they were the most impressive in the AFCON either. I thought they had an easy road. And I just said Algeria, they just
Hosting the tournament too.
exactly. And I thought Algeria, while they were terrible, I just said all they have to do is sort out the defense and they will get a goal and that will be enough. They got that goal. They got the victory in Douala. Fantastic. Do you think now it's inevitable that also Algeria are going to advance to the World Cup?
I'm not so sure because I think that you can catch Algeria on a certain day. I mean, they're still relying on Islam Slimani for goals consistently, and he's doing all right at Sporting Club de Portugal, but I think I would kind of lean Cameroon just because I like up top what they have. I see them getting a goal and at least taking it to extra time. I mean, they've still got like Ignatius Ganago, who's doing all right for Lens this year on the bench. Toko Ikambi. I'm trying to think who the other striker was.
Abubakar.
Choupo-Moting. Yeah, Choupo-Moting can show up in these clutch situations. He's not an amazing player, but it's almost like it's almost like an Origi where it's like, yeah, he has a knack for showing up in big games. So I think that I would honestly, because I do like a bet every once in a while, I'd be more tempted to put money on Cameroon advancing than Algeria, to be honest.
Ooh. I mean, honestly, if Cameroon get the first goal in this game, it's going to be very interesting to see how.
And it's all even. So
exactly, I mean, it's all even. Then if it's 1-0, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Algerians are going to react to conceding a goal. Because remember, last time they conceded a goal, they gave 3 to Ivory Coast. So
yeah,
it's going to be very interesting to see how Ben Mahdi's squad are going to react to it. But they got home field advantage, and that's a big thing. I doubt Cameroon can win in Algeria. I don't think Cameroon did well with replacing their manager. I thought it was a terrible decision by Samuel Eto'o, but
Yeah, so too.
Samuel Eto'o, man, you can't disregard his knowledge about football. I hope Sweden wins it and North Macedonia goes through because I am no big fan of Portugal. Here we go. I think we were discussing about World Cup qualifiers. I think it was Algeria 2 and Burkina Faso 2. Yep, exactly. Algeria will get through and Senegal. All right, people, it's the big one. Senegal, Egypt. Who wants to take this one first?
I'll go first.
All right, Bethel.
Yeah, this one I was surprised by how Egypt played the first leg. At least the beginning. Then I saw, Senegal wake up a little bit. Then they started creating their own chances. But unfortunately for them, it wasn't enough to get a result. But the second one, they're the home side. I'm going to say they finish it 1-0. It goes to extra time. And then Senegal wins the second penalty shootout.
Oh, that would be heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Steve, what's your thoughts? I think this is the most toughest one to call, to be honest, because you could easily see Senegal winning this game 1-0 and going to extra time, or you could see Egypt holding it to a 0-0 and a Carlos Queiroz masterclass. What do you think is going to happen in this big game at Dakar?
Oh, this is tricky. Obviously, you got to take in that Senegal's at home. I think that eventually, yes, Mohamed Salah is brilliant, but who else do Egypt realistically have to call upon? I mean, El Neni, yeah, but I just think Senegal, the quality overwhelms. But having said that, I still think that weird things happen, so I'll go 0-0. I'll go 0-0.
All right.
I don't think I just think I wouldn't feel comfortable putting money down on like Senegal winning 2-0 or 1-0 necessarily, because Egypt, they know their game plan. They just got to sit back. So I would kind of lean a 0-0, to be honest. Definitely low scoring like the other games have been.
Yeah, I could easily see Carlos Queiroz just doing a masterclass here and just having like a Diego Simeone sort of style, just sit back and just defend for your lives and get it to win.
Salah, and that's the other thing too. It's gonna have to be for Egypt, the team performance. You don't have to lean on Mohamed Salah to get you a goal to get the advantage of the own goal like last game. You just got to defend and keep a clean sheet, and you're through. Doesn't even matter if you score or not. If you keep a clean sheet, you're through. So I think that they can do that, and I think that Salah will feel like, okay, finally. Now, having said that, if Senegal score, then all of a sudden pressure's all back on Salah.
Yep.
And in that case, I would lean more Senegal, but I think it'd be a 0-0. I think it'll be a 0-0. To be honest.
If it's a 0-0, I don't think Egyptians will care one bit about. They scored in the first 4 minutes of the game, they could care less. Yeah, first 4 minutes. Yeah. So, Matt, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, it's going to be, I think, a brand new stadium in Dakar. Champions returning home. Crowd's going to be electric. Do you think Senegal can feed the energy from the crowd and qualify to the World Cup?
I think they'll get a 1-0 win. And then I think they'll get another in extra time to get them to qualify. I do want to say one more thing regarding the previous game. And that is, you mentioned bad decisions by Samuel Eto'o. Well, Cameroon shot themselves in the foot by deciding to play in Douala, which was because Algeria had played all their AFCON games at. But at the same time, the pitch is terrible to play against. It's a dry pitch, doesn't get watered, poor to play on.
You can't give excuses, man. You just got to play on the pitch that you're given to. But so you think Senegal's
should have played in Yaoundé?
Yeah, they should play in Yaoundé, but it is what it is. 80, Senegal versus Egypt, the big one. Who's going to go through? Is Salah going to feel heartbreak again, or can Carlos Queiroz do a masterclass here and get it to a 0-0?
That's a good question because it's interesting because I've seen like recently. I don't know if you guys noticed this. The AFCON winners, there's always been a lot of the AFCON winners previously haven't been able to qualify for the World Cup. Obviously,
especially Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt in particular, one of the most notable ones. And I think for this one, it'll be interesting to see how Senegal approach this game. I think for Egypt in particular, what they have to do is, I think if they score early, I would do is like score early goal and then like park the bus, because then at that point you have a away goal, you're 2-0 up in aggregate, and Senegal would have to score 3. And 3 is a lot to score, especially at home, especially going up against a defensive team as Egypt. For me, for Senegal, they have to score the first goal here. I feel like if Senegal do not score the first goal, it could be over because
80. It's 80. It's over. If Egypt get that first goal, this game is over. Carlos Queiroz is not conceding 3 goals. Let's not kid ourselves.
I mean, yes, I incline to agree with you. But I mean, probably yes. And like you said, for Senegal, they have to score the first goal, and it'll be interesting because it's just that they it's just really difficult. I don't know if Senegal can score that. I don't know if Senegal has that clinical nature in front of goal, because that's one of the things that's been kind of a bit underwhelming in my opinion. Like they have such a good team, but they don't really score a lot of goals. That's kind of like the huge issue with them, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, that's a huge issue for them.
I think I'm gonna probably go with what Matt said earlier. I might go with like Senegal scoring a 1 goal and then second goal in extra time. I might go something like that.
That would be absolute heartbreak.
You
Absolute
don't
heartbreak.
Like a little bowler like me and pick like a penalty shootout.
I mean, this could go penalties too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want to be that bold. I don't want to. I don't want it to be that. I'm kind of, in a weird way, I don't want it to go to penalties. That's why I didn't predict that. But I wouldn't be surprised. And if it goes to penalties, oh god.
80. If this goes to penalties, oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna have to go like emergency live stream. I just get my reaction to the penalty shootout, because that would be insane to watch. But Caesar says, I think Egypt will hold the lead, but I prefer Senegal to go through because they have a better squad. No doubt. Obviously, Senegal have the bigger names in their side, but you got to respect the Egyptian football and the Egyptian league. I mean, they've won now I think 2 straight CAF Champions League. So I know Carlos Queiroz doesn't play the most exciting football, but Egypt are a fantastic footballing nation. I think he is. I think Mancini is going to stay. Fabio Carvalho is going to nice, good. Mendy deserves a World Cup. I mean, if he gets a World Cup, he would complete everything almost. I think the home crowd will carry through this game. Yeah, especially in their new 50,000 0-0. Egypt can't hold Senegal for 90 minutes. They did last game. So wait, what did Pierre say here? Excuse me. Let me see this. So far in 2022, Senegal played 210 minutes versus Egypt, couldn't score a goal. Now they need to get 2+ in 90 or 120 minutes. Egypt on the other side are missing their 3 main center backs and main right back, injuries and suspensions.
Both well for my 0-0 prediction, to be fair. 210 minutes of a clean sheet. So, I mean, of no goals conceded.
Yeah, I mean, Egypt, it's just Carlos Queiroz, man. He's just a defensive masterclass of a manager. Senegal will explode tomorrow. Sarr will be the star. We're going to see. Man, Space Algie a beast. He's going against his national team. He's hurt by 2018, I think. Cameroon will lose again. Yeah, I think so too. Nigeria will surely go through tomorrow. It's all attack. They can't go all attack. They got to be worried about Ghana. I mean, I know Ghana don't have the greatest attackers, but you got to be worried about it. Ghana will go through this game either 1 or 2-1 because this game will be one not according to the quality you have, but who wants it most. And the mentality of the players will play a big role. 100% Swiss Bank. It's all about mentality right now. Who wants it more? Yeah. And we're definitely going to see that in all of these 5 games because they're all separated by one goal. And it's just a matter of who wants to get to the World Cup, who really just will die for it in a way, who will bleed for it. And I mean, that's the main thing mentality-wise. Do the Nigerians want it? Does Egwaphone want it? And I think Ghana wanted to prove a point in the first game, and they're definitely going to want to prove a point again in Abuja tomorrow. Oh, I meant Mendy deserves to play at a World Cup. Senegal are not winning a World Cup, obviously. And Victor Kristic, he says, who are your dark horse for the World Cup? If I'm not mistaken, I think this might be a Serbian, but I'm still saying Serbia. I think Serbia will be the dark horse. I think they can make it to the semifinals, definitely. But Sebastian, Liverpool guys, who's going to cry? Salah or Mane?
I hope no one cries. I predicted Egypt to go through, and it might look like that way. I think Egypt gonna just defend this whole game and just let Senegal attack and have the ball. Probably Egypt gonna go for maybe counter-attacks or maybe something like that, or even corners, who knows. But I would agree with what Steve said, 0-0 actually. It could be a 0-0 game actually. Because Egypt doesn't really need to win actually. They just need a draw and they are into the World Cup. Senegal, they don't have a really world-class striker to get them those goals.
What about Sadio Mane?
Yeah, but he's a winger. I said striker. They don't have it.
But he's basically, Sebastian, he's basically an inverted striker. Basically, he cuts into the middle a lot.
Oh, Salah versus Mane. One of them going to the World Cup, and I believe it's going to be Salah. I think Salah's going to the World Cup.
That would be insane to see the scenes for Egypt if they advance in Senegal. But all I can say, guys, this is the most hardest confederation to predict by far.
Yes.
Does everybody agree with that? I mean, this is so unpredictable. I mean, I can't.
It's predictable in the sense that you're not looking at many goals, but who's gonna get those goals?
Yeah,
That's the tough thing, and who's gonna show up on the day? Because on paper, it looks very, very simple. And this isn't just an AFCON. In general, it's football. That's how it goes.
Yep,
it's very tricky to pick who. There are limited amount of goals, probably less than 2 for most of these games. Who's going to get them, or if there's going to be even that many? That's what's so difficult about it.
I agree, Steve. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals again, people.
Yeah.
I generally don't think so. I think a lot of teams are just hesitant and they don't want to really go for the win. They just rather go to penalties, which is even worse in my opinion, but we'll see what happens. Pro is saying Nigeria 3-0, Senegal 2-0, Algeria 2-0, Tunisia 1-1, and Morocco 3-1.
Did you guys do Mali and Tunisia already?
Yeah, we did. What's your prediction, Bethel, while I go through some of the comments?
All right, so in honor of Costa Rica needing 6 goals to qualify on Wednesday, I'm going to say Tunisia 0.
Oh, my goodness.
Mali 6. No, I'm kidding. But I need to see Mali in the World Cup, man. I think Mali's gonna get it 2-0, hopefully.
Hey, I mean 2-1 would be enough as well. If they can get that away goal, that would be very, very vital for this game. But I don't know, man. Tunisia are a tough team at home. Watch out for Qatar. Jonathan, let me just say this. Qatar, they were fantastic in that Asian Cup. Ever since then, they have been utter garbage. I mean, absolute garbage. I mean, Oh, somebody's got a
Jesus.
the ringtone going on.
They
It's
beat
okay.
Bulgaria on Saturday. Let's give them credit.
Bethel, could you repeat the country they just named?
Bulgaria.
Okay, thank you very much. Is Bulgaria? Is this 94 Bulgaria or which Bulgaria?
It's a Bulgarian team that they play soccer, they play hard, they compete.
There we go.
They did challenge Switzerland in the World Cup qualifier before they ran out of gas in the last 40 minutes or so. But like I said, they compete.
They compete. All right, that's good. At least they compete. Despite the hostile reception and hostile fans on the pitch, Ghana could not nick a win or even create a clear-cut chance. They played to their peak of their football because they were extremely motivated. Hey, they might be motivated again tomorrow. How far could Algeria go if they qualify? Depending on the group, really, it's hard to say Algeria beast because we don't know the groups, but I think it's max round of 16 for them. I just don't think they have enough quality to go to a quarterfinal, semifinal. Nigeria 2-0, Osimhen to score both, third or fourth. Hopefully it is Mali, North Macedonia this year's debutant. I want to see debutantes. As much as I love Portugal, we need debutantes at a World Cup every time. Ghana will win on away goal.
I have a question about that in mind.
Go ahead, Matt.
Who do you think's more likely to qualify, Mali or North Macedonia?
North Macedonia, sorry.
Mali.
I would have to go with Mali.
Yeah, definitely more likely if you're looking at it just straight odds. If you're looking at straight lineups, history, all that, 11 versus 11. Yeah, you would say Mali.
Yeah, I think it is Mali, to be honest, Matt.
What's the question again?
Who is more likely to make their debut, Mali or North Macedonia?
That's a tough one. That's a good question, man. I didn't even think about this until now.
It's not a tough one. One's playing Tunisia, one's playing Cristiano Ronaldo.
But
I was thinking that too, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, they were right, the opponents.
North Macedonia has beaten Italy and Germany last year, these couple of years.
Yes,
so they
that is
can
true.
be Portugal, especially with the defense now they have without Ruben Diaz. They could.
Oh yeah, I think I might get Macedonia because of the Portugal defense.
Yep, that's true. All right, people, it's time to talk about UEFA. Two big matches coming up tomorrow. Before we start discussing about the games, let me just give a quote from one of the players playing tomorrow, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo. He says, "I'm the one who's going to decide my future, nobody else. If I feel like playing more games, I'll play. If I don't feel like playing more, I don't play. I'm in charge, period." Basically, what he's saying is, if he doesn't qualify for this World Cup, he's going to the 2026 World Cup. That's basically what he's saying with this quote. And there's other quotes as well that he said, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's Ronaldo. You got to love him or hate him. And most of the world loves Cristiano Ronaldo. But Sebastian, you know what? I'm coming to you first.
Yes.
How confident? No. How confident? Sebastian, give me a percentage from 0 to 100. How confident are you that Sweden will win away in Poland?
65.
That's high. I mean, that's pretty high. But what do you need to do, Sebastian, to win this game? Let's be honest here. You look at your last 3 away games. You've lost all 3 of them. Greece, Georgia, Spain. How are you going to turn that around? And is Zlatan going to start?
I would go with the same lineup as versus Czech Republic. Plus, Emil Kraft is also back, so that's good for us.
Emil Kraft.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
Ludwig Augustinsson, he's probably gonna play. He's back, I think.
Wait, who's back?
Ludwig Augustinsson, the left.
Sevilla left back. Yeah,
Augustinsson. Yeah.
He had COVID, so I believe he's gonna be back. He is with the squad. I saw. Zlatan is in the squad.
Sebastian.
Yeah,
Sebastian. Wait, Sebastian. If Zlatan starts, you're gonna lose the game.
That's what I was gonna say. We need to start Kulusevski and Isak up top.
Yep.
Maybe Quaison because he is very good playing with Isak. They are good playing together, as we saw the goal Quaison scored. Otherwise, it's probably going to be the same lineup as last time versus Czech Republic. Plus, we beat them in the Euros. So
Valid point.
that makes me even more confident, but not that top confident, because Poland is a really good team.
As a poll, sorry to interrupt, I disagree with that. But I mean, our starting 11, and obviously Lewandowski. I think we deceive a lot of people into thinking we're a good team and a good federation and whatnot. But go on, Sebastian. Sorry, I cut you off. I just wanted to interject.
When Poland has played in this stadium, have they won a lot of games, or have they struggled still?
Most of the time we win scrappy, or we'll beat the teams we're supposed to beat. But then if it's anything a level above, like a Sweden, it's a guessing game at that point. I hope we win. But I'm not so confident. I think you guys are the better team, to be honest. The better team. But
who would you say would win if this goes to penalties?
I would favor our chances in that, probably slightly.
I feel like Szczesny is a good penalty stopper.
Szczesny is pretty, yeah. No, he definitely is. I think we'll have the advantage in that. Obviously, Lewandowski would most likely bang in his penalty, knock on wood, but I think we'd be slightly favored in the penalty shootout, slightly. But
Sebastian, who's winning this game, Sebastian? Are you going to go with your boys? I'm pretty sure you are, but I just got to ask.
I want to go with a win for Sweden, but I really don't want to jinx it. Oh, gosh.
Sebastian's trying to jinx his way to the World Cup. I see what you're trying to do, Sebastian.
Oh. I really don't want to jinx it, but at the same time, if I predict Poland to win, they might just win it. I'm going to go for it. Sweden to win.
Scoreline?
Agreed.
Sebastian, scoreline.
Oh my God. I'm going for actually a goal fest. 3-2 Sweden.
So you're just copying the Euros game. Okay, I see what you're doing here, Sebastian. I see what you're doing here.
I'm going for a masterclass from Isak.
He's got to step. He did. I thought he played okay against Czech Republic, Sebastian, but he's got to play a much better game. Although he gave a great assist to Quaison, that was a good assist from him. But I feel like he could have played a little bit better. But we'll see if he gets better into the group. But Steve, you're saying so you support the Polish national team?
Yeah, I'm Polish. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Polish.
Now we could get some good insight here. Because we know about the whole Sosa issue where he went to Flamengo. I mean, you could call him a snake. We can call him definitely a snake. But what do you think about?
Federation handled that badly too, mind you, and getting a good replacement. We've never. I as long as I've been a Poland fan since I got into football in about 2014, it's been like we've never had a world class, or not even a world class manager, because obviously it's the Poland job. Just a good one. I've never been impressed with the managers, and we've always been disappointing in my opinion. 2018 World Cup broke me, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was supposed to be a good World Cup for you guys.
It was. And you know what? It's like something. Maybe it's a mentality or something, but it's just, to me, I see Sweden winning, to be honest. Probably like 2-1. I think they're the better team. And I think
even with Zielinski, Bednarek, and Lewandowski, Cash, or shall I call him Kaszkowski, because now he's Polish, but Matty Cash. I mean, you guys have a good team. So
we do have a good team, but it's all about the performances. because
So
I don't trust.
You don't trust this new manager? What's his name? Zheshla, I think is how you pronounce it, if
I
I'm
don't
not
trust
mistaken.
the players, overall Polish football. I want it to be great and all that, but I've been let down time and time again. I mean, I was just looking over the record of ours lately. We've drawn with England at home. That's nice, but then Hungary beat us, and that's why we're in this position.
You would have been in that position
You got to
anyway.
win that game.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true
Yeah.
because they dominated. But it's just like stuff like that. And then, we'll beat San Marino 5-0, Albania 4-1. That's nice. But we drew with Scotland lately. We needed a Piontek goal, 90th minute to get it equalized. And it's a friendly. It's a friendly save.
Yeah, it's a friendly, yeah. So you're
I
not
don't have the confidence. I really, really don't.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna
80.
be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
I hope it's a good game. I hope we get a goal
Yeah.
fist. 80. Who's going to go through? Will it be Lewandowski and Co., or will it be Yanda Anderson, Isak, Kulusevski, Forsberg, Lindelof, who's an overrated defender? Who's going to
Excuse me.
Oh,
He's better
man.
than Maguire at least.
Yeah, we'll go at least. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Sebastian.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not saying a lot.
You can make a whole Twitter thread of center backs, no matter what league they play in, if they're probably better than Maguire.
Exactly. But 80, give your thoughts.
yeah, so you have Lewandowski versus Zlatan. Who will triumph on this one? It'll be interesting. For this one, I think it's interesting because I'm really interested to see how Poland approach this one because obviously, they didn't play the game against Russia for obvious reasons. And and Steve, actually I wanted to ask you this question. How did Poland play against Scotland?
I didn't watch I didn't see that game, to be fair. I was at work, but 1-1. I would think that we'd have Scotland are a pretty decent side. I think they're building up slowly but surely into a decent, much more respectable team than they've been in years past.
Okay.
But it's just the whole big occasion thing, like the 2018 World Cup when we got that four different continents group and we couldn't get out of that. I just don't trust the team on the big occasion. But the other side of it, Sebastian's right, is that like lost to Georgia away, Sweden, they lost to Georgia away, Spain away. Okay, fine. I see it being a one. I see it being, if I had to get a score line on it, I'd probably say 2-1, like Sweden in extra time.
Yeah,
They did
so
it just on Thursday, but
yeah, it's gonna be interesting because Sweden, they're coming into this with the fact that obviously they won against Czech Republic in a very much a tough occasion.
yeah,
It's a hard one to call. I think this is a match that it's kind of like 50-50, I guess you can say, because both teams I feel like are around the same level. And for Poland, it seems like I do agree with Steve in the sense that whenever Poland we have high expectations for Poland, they always kind of underperform. I mean, look at
it's like Turkey. It's a lot like Turkey. To be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when you put that expectations on them, they just crumble.
Yeah, and you look at what Sweden did in the last World Cup cycle. They knocked out one of the biggest giants of European football at the time, Italy. It was a crazy achievement, and then they reached the quarterfinals. And I have to give the advantage to Sweden. Like I said, they're historically, I think they got more pedigree. I think.
But 80. I just gotta interject here, but they've been terrible away from home in the last 3 games. I mean, absolutely terrible. You can ask Sebastian. That performance in Georgia was disgraceful. How do you lose 2-0 to Georgia? So that's my only fear with the Swedish team is you're going away to, as we know, it's going to be very hostile. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, if anybody just saw that Lech Poznan drone video.
We have amazing fan bases for.
I mean, Poland have one of the best fan bases in the world. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So that's just one thing I want to, just give you a heads up on.
And the last game we won away was versus Kosovo in March.
Okay.
3-0 and Kosovo had a red card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
but continue,
right? Yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, for Sweden, I know you mentioned their away record isn't very good, but at some point it's got to end, right? I mean, at some point it's got to end at some point. So, and it's just going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. it's a tough one to call. Will Lewandowski show up? Because I don't know, man. Lewandowski for international, he's not really the same as he is for Bayern. So
Nah, he is. He is. Lewandowski performs for Poland. He always does, man. It's just a
It's the
matter of
teammates who let him down.
it is the teammates, but I feel like now it's the parts of Zielinski, Gilic, Krakowiak, who, he's still playing in the midfield for some reason.
Glick to
Groszki,
me is an average center back.
well, he's old as well. He's old as
Yeah.
well, so Steve. So you got to take that into account.
Yeah.
But you look at if Moder plays from Brighton, these players have to step
Yeah.
up, man. It just cannot be Lewandowski. He can play. He can do a masterclass if he wants to, but if you want to beat Sweden, who we know are going to be a difficult opponent, who I feel like are going to sit back more in this game, Poland have to create the chances for themselves and got to play through Lewandowski. But continue your point, AD. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I have to leave in a couple minutes, so I'm gonna try to make this short. Yeah, so for Sweden, I'm gonna say I think they might prevail. This might go to extra time. I might say like a 1-0 win for Sweden. I think it's gonna be very tight.
Ooh.
I don't see a lot of goals this one, and I think Sweden will get the breakthrough. And let's see what Poland can do. Can I talk about the other match real quick because I have to leave after this?
Okay, North Macedonia winning, right?
Yeah, I got Portugal winning. I got Portugal winning. I just think that for me, they're just a bit too strong. And the thing about North Macedonia is they play like very low block, and I feel like Portugal's wingers can cause a lot of issues. Like I'm looking at Bernardo Silva, Otavio, and I think they'll cause a lot of issues for that North Macedonian defense, and that's why I think Italy weren't able to break them down because Italy doesn't. Their wingers aren't really comparable to Portugal's. Like the winger depth is not really that amazing. So yeah, sorry, I have to go now, guys.
No worries, AD.
Last minute.
No worries, AD.
Yeah.
Take care, AD.
Yeah, see you guys.
Yeah.
Bethel.
Game ready?
Bethel.
Yeah.
Who's going? Lewandowski or Isak? Two of my favorite strikers in the world. Who's going to the World Cup?
Okay, so let me just say right now, I don't like any of these teams. Sweden is just way too boring for me to watch. They're not exciting. They're constantly for 90 minutes every game sitting back defending. And Poland, I've just learned to hate ever since the 2018 World Cup. Because first of all, somehow, some way, they somehow put themselves in pot one, which they shouldn't have been in.
It's FIFA rankings, Bethel. It's stupid rankings, anyways.
It's FIFA rankings, but they got there by
Suedo
playing
rankings.
inferior competition in friendlies. And because of that, they finished last in their group. So ever since then, I've just looked at Poland like a fraudulent team or something, like a fraudulent team and stuff like that. But Lewandowski just seems to be getting better and better, and it's hard for me to go. See, this is why I wanted Russia to go to. This is why I picked Russia to go to the World Cup. But obviously, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
so
we know that's not going to happen anymore.
So, I mean, it's like we said, Sweden is terrible on the road, at least as of late. I think I'm gonna go with Poland 1-0, but I'm only saying that because I don't know how they're gonna prevent Lewandowski from scoring at least one. Like if anyone's gonna score for Poland in this game, it's gonna be him. So
yeah, that is the issue for this.
With Poland, though, I would argue is that when we watch him for Bayern München, it's inevitable that he scores. It's just when, how, and how many. That's the thing about Bayern because it's obviously club and country very, very different. You can't necessarily build your whole team. Maybe England do around Harry Kane, but they're not a very good side. It's very, very hard with international football to establish chemistry and to establish real patterns of play and build around a player because those players swap in and out a lot, injuries, and you have a limited pool to pick. I mean, unless you're France, because you've just got amazing players, it seems like, everywhere, that if you need a backup option days before the World Cup starts, a guy can step up and replicate the quality because France have that but Poland don't. I'm really hoping that it's got to be a team performance from Poland for me, and you've got to make the most of the absolutely insane environment that it's in your favor. It's in your favor, so you've got to capitalize on that. Unfortunately, like I've said many times, I've said a lot of times, I don't trust the fucking team. I just don't. I don't.
Steve, I feel you, man. That was me with the Finland national
I
team
trust
for many,
them.
many years.
Yeah.
And
I was
then,
actually one of the people that said they were going to make it out of their group in Russia. And,
oof,
I got a lot of
you got a lot of hate for
screaming
that.
but
Yeah. You proved to be right, Bethel. You proved to be right. But
Yeah.
you're going Poland to win this game. So Matt, who do you think is going to win?
I think of all the games, I think this is the hardest to predict. Sweden, I'd say slightly better, but Poland are at home. I think Lewandowski and then Forsberg's going to score. It's going to be 1-1. He goes to penalties. And I've got Sweden advancing.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any reason why this is being played in Chosro, or as opposed to
Short
Lask.
the Warsaw, the regular stadium where they played in all their qualifiers?
Don't know.
I don't know
if-
about like where Warsaw is on the map, but I would assume since Poland is next to Ukraine, if Warsaw is fairly close to there, then
I don't think it is.
Just-
I don't think it is. But obviously,
and Warszawa. I could look up the distance between them.
yeah. But if any Polish people know like why they're playing this game instead of in Warsaw, they can let us know in the chat as well. I'll pull up the information from you guys, but I'll just give you my quick thoughts about this game. Now, I just feel like with Poland, everybody just says they're a one-man team. It's just about the other guys stepping up. And if they can replicate the same performance they pulled off against England at home, where I thought they were actually quite good, defensively solid, and getting the goal. I'm not too sure if Lewandowski scored it or if it was from a corner. I think it came from a corner, but
No, it wasn't Lewandowski.
it wasn't Lewandowski. It might have been somebody
I
else.
remember it not being Lewandowski, Milik, or I don't think Zielinski either.
Piontek scored in the last game in the friendly against Scotland.
Against Scotland, yeah. But
No,
we know who's starting this game. Okay,
Right,
so
right.
they don't know why, but it was originally in Warsaw. Okay, weird. I don't know why. Don't know why it's there then. But see, I'm just worried about Sweden. I don't know about their away form. I just don't know, especially going to a very hostile environment. One thing is losing in Georgia. I mean, as much as I care for Georgian football, let's be honest here. You can't be losing to Georgia away. I mean, seriously. I don't know if I can trust the Swedish defense too much because, Sebastian, you can answer for this for me, but do you think that Sweden were very solid at the back against Czech Republic? Because they actually kind of, when they were counterattacking, looked very dangerous. Don't you agree?
Yeah, our defense was solid in that game.
No, but don't you think that when Czech Republic counterattacked, they looked very dangerous each and every time, right?
Yeah, I was nervous as hell.
Okay, exactly. So then when you have Lewandowski coming at you instead of Barak or Adam Hlošlek, that's going to be a whole different story at the Swedish defense. And you got Sweden were fantastic at the beginning of these World Cup qualifiers, but then I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's just defensively they're not actually solid anymore. And with Poland, it's just the element of what Poland is going to show up. Is it going to be, a great World Cup qualifiers in 2018 where they were fantastic, or is it going to be the 2018 or the 2020 Euros Poland where they were just so dysfunctional at times? Sousa didn't know what tactics was going to work. Literally, I have no clue who's going to win this game. I'm just going to go with Poland because they're at home. It is very difficult to call this game. As I just feel like the other players of Poland will step up because I know they rested a lot of guys against Scotland, so that's why the performance wasn't as good. So I expect them to be fresh. Sweden are coming off a grueling 120 minutes against Czech Republic, traveling as well. I think also actually Poland traveled away from Scotland, or they hosted. I couldn't remember who hosted the friendly, but it was in Scotland. Okay, so I think Poland are going to win this game. I think it's going to go to extra time. It's going to be 2-1 Poland. Sorry, Sebastian. I just think that 120 minutes against Czech Republic and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Sweden, especially away from home. I think if this was in Stockholm, I would have went with Sweden, but I think Poland have the edge here just slightly. I mean, I could be totally wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sweden wins this game either, but it is what it is. 50-50 this game. All right. Let's get to
Wherever you guys predict, I respect it.
It's Sebastian. You don't ridicule us. You don't get
All
ridiculed.
about opinions, man.
Exactly.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
has their own opinions. It's just not about being so rude. Everybody has their own
And
opinions.
it's
You
great
know.
that way. It's great.
Exactly.
That way. World would be
Exactly.
a boring place if we all thought, all thought the same thing.
Exactly. All right. The big one. Is North
Ooh.
Macedonia going to be a debutant at this year's World Cup? Or is Portugal and Fernando Santos, who maybe has changed the corner, going to make it to the World Cup? I'm going to start with Bethel this one. Do you see any way that North Macedonia can pull off this upset in Porto?
No. Just no. I don't know how they're gonna stop Ronaldo, because they let Italy have how many shots? Like what was it, 32?
Okay, but to be fair, there was only 5 of those were on target.
Right, but that's because Italy doesn't have a number 9. And on top of that, Italy does not have a number 9 like a Cristiano, as polished as a Cristiano Ronaldo. So with him being there, man, it's tough. I don't know how they're gonna stop him. I think Portugal's gonna cruise through this, and we'll see them in Qatar.
Oh, all right. Easy win. Okay, Matt, do you see any way?
Unless Fernando Santos approaches this wrong in his bad tactics, then Portugal should be going through. I think they're just much stronger. I think at most Macedonia might get 1 goal, but to be real, Italy didn't have an attack, don't have any much goal threat, and then for Germany, they were just in a poor position at that point, and I think Germany even subbed off their keeper in that game as well. So Portugal got the goal threat. They should win, but it's just about making sure they've got the basics right.
Yep. As long as Fernando Santos doesn't do anything too crazy, I mean, they should win this game. But I want to make this one point, Sebastian, before you talk, that Elmas is back for this game, who is North Macedonia's best player.
Me?
Yeah, you give your thoughts on this game.
Portugal should win this, but North Macedonia is a team that can surprise a lot of teams.
They're in good form too. 3 straight wins.
Yep.
And they beat Italy, but Italy doesn't have a good attack, while Portugal actually has. I like this comment.
To be honest, Sebastian, I know Ronaldo fans will hate me. I feel like if you put Jota down the middle, I know Ronaldo's the leader. That's why he'll never be subbed off under Santos, right? But I feel like Ronaldo, he's just not that guy anymore. But you know what? Might as well just keep on going until his legs give out. But I would say if Jota was striker or João Felix on the wing, this team would be really scary as well. And also Santos' tax very much lives. But go on, Sebastian.
Yeah.
The dinosaur, basically.
The dinosaur tax, Barney tax.
Yeah. Portugal, Ronaldo has to step up, and that defense has to be perfect, or else they could lose this game.
I mean, the defense for Portugal wasn't the most solid against Turkey. I got to be honest, but I think people are saying Pepe is back for this game, so it should be Pepe and Jose Fonte as the 2 center backs, and João Cancelo.
But
apart from defensively, I'd say Turkey's better than North Macedonia.
Yeah, North Macedonia, they can score, but who probably will score? Bardi,
Bless you.
Elmas,
Bless you.
Bardi, Elmas,
Rakowski, who scored the goal against Italy.
Yeah, I have a feeling Macedonia gonna upset, but Portugal, with the team they have, they should win it like 3-1 or something. Ronaldo probably gonna step up like he always do.
Exactly. Steve, do you see any way if North Macedonia pull this off, gotta buy their jersey. I have to buy their jersey as well. I already got my
I
Bodo
would
Glimt
too.
jersey
I
coming, by
would
the way,
too,
guys.
man. No, I
got-
think
ahead.
in this game, I don't think. Obviously, it's possible that Portugal cruise and win this 4 or 5 or 3-0 or whatever, but I don't think it's going to be that way. I mean, North Macedonia, their game plan is very simple, but they're intelligent and they don't make it easy. So they haven't been able to cruise. No team has been able to cruise by North Macedonia. If I'm looking at the recent matches,
I think only Germany 4-0 back in September or October.
October 11th, yeah, they won 4-0. Other than that, though, it's been they've either won or draw or narrowly lost. So I mean, they're in good form. They're in good form, and I think it is definitely possible to. I put $5 on North Macedonia to advance, just because $5 to win 50. Yeah, why not take a stab at it?
Might as well.
Because I think that they honestly could. They honestly could. You know,
Steve, it's one game. If this was 2 legs, you would have to maybe fancy more Portugal. But
of course,
Italy, and I don't know if you guys. I think some of you guys saw my tweet that I said the longer the Italy North Macedonia game goes, the more pressure you're going to feel for Italy. Look what happened.
The longer this game goes, the
0-0.
longer that. I think it will be a 0-0 draw. Probably Portugal on penalties. I think it'll be that. I honestly, I would be more. I think it'll end in a draw because I think that with Ilyef Elmas coming back in, North Macedonia gonna want to get on the ball a little bit more just to see if they can get that goal, and then I would say 0-0. Portugal advance on penalties. I think it's going to be a tight game, and North Macedonia are going to make it a tight game.
Of course.
And I think Portugal, they have to look at what happened when Germany lost 2-1 to them and what Italy did and be like, we can't beat those guys. We can't beat those guys. Make all of your chances count. Because once you miss the first one, then it's like, okay, yeah, well, again. And it adds up. And every time you keep missing, sometimes it can be, well, we'll eventually score, or sometimes it'll be, I'm not sure we'll score. And you can tell when that affects the players, when that uncertainty doubts in, and then psychological advantage, North Macedonia. So
exactly.
I think it'd be foolish to write off North Macedonia. On paper, obviously not. It's no question Portugal should be winning this game 3-4-0.
But football's not
Italy were
paper.
supposed to do that. Germany were supposed to do that. North Macedonia have nothing to lose. They've got an established game plan. They're getting one of their best players back. They're going to be on cloud 9. And Portugal, I think with that back line, it could be suspect. So not everything is written. But the big thing is that Portugal, they've got Ronaldo, Otavio. They've got excellent players. So I think, no, Portugal on penalties.
If this goes to penalties, that would be insane. But you just got to give massive credit to North Macedonia, man. I mean, the year they've been having, and this is not like a all of a sudden sort of rise for this team. I feel like this has been years in the making for North Macedonia. Steadily getting better. Being the best team in the Nations League. I think they've hugely benefited from the Nations League, kind of like how Finland have, where they've been able to improve their quality slowly but surely, get players out into Serie A, La Liga, and these sort of teams. So, I mean, you got to give
wins under their belts, and not even just wins, convincing wins. Like Armenia had they've had a few pretty decent performances as of late, and they smashed them up, I think 4-0. So in the qualifiers, they beat Liechtenstein, who a few years ago they would be on par with, besides Goran Pandev being an elite striker at certain times in Serie A. So they've steadily risen above, and they're trying to this would establish them as like a pretty decent middle of the pack team, maybe on the lower end of things.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of like a upper tier of Nations League Division C. That's kind of where I put North Macedonia at the moment. But discussing about this game, let me just say this. Ronaldo's not going to underestimate this. When there's a World Cup on the line and Messi's already qualified,
Yeah.
you know Ronaldo. He's going to be motivated as heck to win this game.
Yeah.
And I feel like the players are going to be very motivated. I feel like Italy, they were motivated, but they just lack quality up front. I mean, when you have Immobile and Insigne and Berardi, who just missed chances against Otavio, who was excellent, Jota, who's a goal-scoring machine, and Ronaldo. And if that doesn't work, okay, we're going to bring Rafael Leao. We're going to bring on João Felix. They have so many options.
Guerrero could even chip in. He's an excellent attacking fullback.
Rafael
you never
Guerrero.
know with those late runs, driving into the box and just getting the ball on, shot on target. You never know. They've got certainly they've got, but I think Fernando Santos isn't the best of managers, if I'm honest.
Trust me, Steve. I've called him a dinosaur manager, and now I've come up with Barney tax. If you guys know Barney, you know Barney. So if you guys watched that as a kid, because that guy, I'll give him his credit though. He did fantastic in the last game against Turkey, where he went interesting. He went bold. He said, "Okay, we don't have our defensive guys. I just hope, I pray to God, if I see a midfield of William Carvalho, Danilo Pereira, and João Moutinho."
That's too defensive. That's
exactly,
too defensive.
And I don't think he'll do that. He has to understand that they are the home team, and based on talent, they are the superior team. So take the game to North Macedonia, who know they're just going to sit back and defend. And massive credit to them. They got Elmas back, Alioski. All these guys were fantastic against. While Italy did have 32 shots, none of them were really
convincing.
They were not convincing goal scoring chances. So
except the one where it was Berardi, I think.
Yeah, he had open net.
Half-hour mark where he should have. But the problem is that if you give that to a Ronaldo, 9 times out of 10 he'll score that easy.
Oh, but easy.
Tomorrow could be that one time where he just. I remember it was Man United Watford where he missed a few really clear-cut stuff. So
exactly.
Hopefully for Portugal's case that isn't the Ronaldo tomorrow. And that rarely ever happens. But
in these pressure moments, Steve, I think we're going to get a good Ronaldo tomorrow. Yeah. I think he's a motivated one. You got Cancelo back. I think Renato Sanchez is back as well. Portuguese people can let me know in the chat. I think Sanchez is back as well. Yeah. So all the big guns are back for Portugal. I wish North Macedonia qualify, and that's nothing against Portugal, because I just want to see a debutant and a small country like North Macedonia. I think it would be amazing to see them in the World Cup, but I think Portugal have too much. I mean, will I be happy North Macedonia qualify? 100%, because we need to see minnow nations like North Macedonia to more of extent Finland, Iceland, and see these countries qualify for World Cup.
It's a World Cup after all.
Exactly. We can't just see the same old teams every time, but if Fernando Santos goes defensive, I just think North Macedonia win this game, but I think maybe he's turned a corner slightly, and Portugal have too much offensively for North Macedonia, so I'm going to go with Portugal winning this game 3-1. So there we go, guys.
I'm sure you saw the video that went viral during the last game.
Which video?
A Turkish fan shot his TV after
penalty. Bethel.
He shot it?
Shot his TV.
I think there was some good photoshopping there, but that was.
He actually did.
Oh man,
actually did it.
I think he did it, but guys, I mean,
next target is Burak Yilmaz. No, I'm kidding.
No, whoa! We do not endorse that sort of stuff here. But guys, tomorrow's a big day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you guys know the U.S. can have a shot at pot 1, and part of it has to do with the result of Portugal Macedonia?
So I think that requires Portugal to lose that game, doesn't it, Bethel?
Yeah, they have to lose that game, and then we have to beat Costa Rica, and then hope the Netherlands doesn't win their friendly tomorrow. I think it's against Germany, and then on top of that, we have to hope Mexico either draws or loses to El Salvador.
That's entirely possible, if I'm honest.
It's possible, but I don't think it's going to happen.
The hardest being the Macedonian.
Yeah. Hey, I'd be fine with pot 2 anyway. I'll take pot 2.
Well, we'll discuss about that.
I just want to make the damn World Cup. We didn't make it.
As long as we don't lose 6-0 to Costa Rica, we're pot 2.
Steve, we're not losing 6-0.
We're pot 4.
The problem is that the last time we went to Costa Rica, we got smacked 4-0. That's the problem.
Yeah, but that was
it was a while. Yeah,
that was a long while ago for the United States.
We don't want to talk about.
Exactly. We'll get PTSD. But guys,
Can't wait for Friday.
yeah, can't wait for Friday either. Welcome to remember, guys, I'll be live. Hopefully, I'm feeling a little bit better by then, so we can really discuss about it. But pick up everybody. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow is a massive day. Probably will go live after the games and discuss about them. Also after the CAF World Cup qualifiers. But big up to Sebastian, Bethel, Matt, and Steve for coming on, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me on, man.
All right, guys. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Stay safe in this crazy world. Remember to hit the like button. Enjoy tomorrow, guys. Whether you're North Macedonian, Portuguese, relish the moment. It's gonna be, and tomorrow's gonna be big. Or Nigerian, Ghanaian. Oh my God, tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Soon. Let's see what happens tomorrow. If North Macedonia wins, I'm buying their jersey. Take care, Bethel. Take care, everybody. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I won't say let's go Sweden because I'm finished. But yes.
Oh, come on.
Good luck to Sweden. I'll say that.